So I unfortunately wasn't able to get much video of us putting up the metal panels, but it's pretty straightforward. We have two 20-foot long pieces and then one 8-foot long piece at the end. We started with the 8-foot piece. I went column by column, and then we just kept moving up. And then we used these roofing screws that have a little bit of rubber in between to waterproof the seal. And it went up pretty easy. So I have this flashing up as well. My job right now is to just screw it into the front. You can see on video, but it moves a bit. So we need to hold it down and screw it. So we've got this side down here. You can see some cobwebs too. But I noticed as I was pulling those down, this flap started to lift up. So I just had to take some screws and hold this down too. And we do have like a piece of foam underneath here to protect from bugs and things from getting in, but still to allow airflow. I don't know if I've showed you, but we got our doggy fence up. This is fencing we got a while ago. Now we get our nice dogs here. Hello, pretty girl. Can hang out. And the puppy. So they're hanging out in here, which is great. We just nailed it to the edge here, stapled it to our posts in the back. Just temporary until we fence in the rest of the yard. But it's nice that they can be out here with us now. Today I am working on the flashing, so you can see that this side flashing, my original plan was to put it on top of the metal roofing, but I wound up putting it underneath. That just sealed it better. I don't think we're gonna have to put a gutter up here because at the end there's this ridge that'll catch everything and push it down to the back, but we'll see. I can always add a gutter if I need to. What I'm doing today is, I'll show you here, is I'm folding over this corner so that it covers my crude cutting of the side and also seals that corner. I'm gonna do that on all four sides right now. So what I'm gonna do is cut a strip right here, fold this in, and then fold this on top of it. I also have this handy dandy clipper tool that attaches to my drill, so I don't have to hand snip everything. Honestly, it'd probably be easier to hand snip this corner, but when I went to the store, I didn't think about that because I was planning on snipping big sheets of metal. So I got this thing for like 50 bucks to save me some hassle. It wound up causing me more hassle because it's harder to do just for the small cuts to get it exactly in, but it is what it is. So now it's attached to the battery, and when I click the trigger, those snippers start snipping. You can adjust with a little screwdriver the width of the snippers. Snip to my heart's content, and that looks pretty good. I'll just bend this piece back a little. Yes, I know needle nose pliers would be better for this, but it is what it is. And then, hopefully, so that's the gist. I'm gonna grab something to try and make this corner a little tighter, and then I'll probably put in a roofing nail to hold it in place, as well as some Lexel. That should be good. All right, well there we go. It ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but I'm okay with that because one, it's getting covered by the gutters, and two, it should be watertight, which is great. Our whole roof now in this corner is watertight. I'll put the screw back in. Needed it to lift up to get a good handle on everything, and I'll do the same to the other four corners. All right, so we got the two top ones done. I just folded them over. Put a screw in to hold it because the flap was still coming up a little bit. I'll probably find a better solution at some point, I don't really know. And then I just put Lexel in the gaps. So that is that. It's nice and secure. Rain won't be getting in. But the roof, besides that, she's done. Feels really good. We collected a lot of rainwater off this thing. I want to figure out the square footage for it. Maybe I'll put it in the video. But the length of it is 49.5, and the width is 39, just over 39.5. But super clear, gorgeous day. You can see the ocean super well. Hasn't been this clear in a long time. Okay, people, it's painting day. Valspar Duramax Semi-Gloss exterior paints from Lowe's that were clearance. They're normally like, what, $250? We got them for 50 bucks each. We got one day and liked the color. And then maybe like a month later we went back and we found like almost exactly the same color. We got both of them for 100 bucks, so we saved what, $400? And it's pretty much indistinguishable, the two colors. But either way, we decided to mix them up, so we did 50-50 in these two buckets here. I would have used these two buckets, but I was using the buckets as a stand to cut the siding and wound up cutting right through the top of this one. So we're using this Lowe's bucket, and the paint lid actually snaps on perfectly, which is nice. But you can kind of see the color here. It's just this light blue. Mix them together. We're going to use this new paint sprayer I got, Greco, and it uses DeWalt batteries, which is nice because we have those. Just opening it up now, it came in that cool little bag. Ignore the giant mess over here. We got this on Facebook for, I think they normally sell for like $400, and we got it for like, I don't know, $7.29 it normally sells for. And we got it for like $2.50, I think. Brand new off the marketplace, which was really nice. So it just has this, I think I don't know how much this holds, like a half gallon, I think it said. And you just pour it in through the strainer. And there's a couple of like valves that you open up and close to make sure the pressure is right. It's got this filter on it. You can adjust the spray speed, horizontal or vertical. So it should be pretty cool. We'll try it out, see how it goes. I think my plan is I'm going to start at the top, but not all the way to the top, because obviously those rafters are in the way. And I have a little shield that I'll hold up to stop the spray from getting up there. Start from the top, because we need the ladder. So we'll set the ladder down on the wall, do the top, set it further down, do the rest, and then go down and down. And we'll just do that piece by piece all the way across. Everyone going well. One side is sprayed up. I left the tops because I didn't want to get the rafters. So I'll just roll those out. But it's looking pretty good. I will say, so I was just spraying like this, right? And these all look pretty good, but you can see in some spots it didn't quite get this corner or that corner. I kind of fixed it later on by so I do two passes, one angled a little bit this way, and then one angled a little bit that way, and it kind of solved it. But you can kind of see it down the line. There are a couple of spots where it's kind of tan, so I'll probably have to come back through on this one. But besides that, it's looking like a pretty good one coat coverage. It's kind of still drying over here, but here it's pretty dry and it looks really clean. I was hoping that the nails would get covered a little more. The ones that were flush, we just kind of caulked over a little bit. The ones that were in, we caulked over them. We're not professionals. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. And you know, when you zoom out, you don't really see them that much. So I'm pretty happy with it. The other thing is I was going to put plastic behind these windows to make sure spray didn't get in the house. But I was like, so what I wound up doing is holding the this thing to the window edge and spraying, and that worked fine. And then I took it off for one and just sprayed without it, and it didn't get anywhere inside. So I kind of just rolled with it and worked out pretty fine. And it made it go by a lot faster. All of this stuff is working well, the paint sprayer. I should have that covered. This thing doesn't last too long. I had to refill it twice to get that wall done. So, you know, not terrible. And battery life, I have a 5 amp hour. and it's still on 3 charges. So that's what I was most worried about, so I didn't run out of battery. But I have 2 5-amp hour batteries charged with me, and then it came with its own 2 amps. Probably should use these in the future because it's really heavy. My wrist is getting pretty sore. So if you can use a 2 amp hour, I'd use that one. Otherwise, this works just fine. The front side is up, save for the very top, which will roll out. It took about 40 minutes, which is insanely fast. Not a single clog, not a single problem with the paint sprayer. I had to refill, I think, 4 times, but it went really, really well. It's on nice. I really think we're only gonna need 1 coat, which is fantastic. It's a paint and primer. We'll have little touch-up spots. Every once in a while, I miss some tan, but it's a 1 coater, I think, which is gonna be really, really nice. Moving by quickly. Starting out on this wall, going up well.